Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out NordVPN and ExpressVPN, two of the most popular VPN providers out there who do a lot of advertising. Which one of these VPNs is better for you to use? Let's go ahead and find out in this video. Hey guys, just a reminder to check out VPNtierlist.com.
If you want to help support the channel, I recommend visiting my website using Brave. It's a great browser for privacy advocates. And if you guys visit VPNtierlist.com by downloading Brave and using it by going to brave.com/Tom352, you can help support the channel. So once you have Brave installed and ready to go, you can check out VPNtierlist.com.
It's a collection of all my ratings on the channel, and you're going to find lots of helpful information here on how to choose a VPN. Anyways, back to the video. Alright guys, so as always, the first thing we're going to be talking about is pricing. Which one is a better price? Which one has better consumer-friendly practices and stuff like that? Well guys, in terms of NordVPN and ExpressVPN, NordVPN is more the type of VPN that will push long-term commitment plans on you. It'll make the other plans kind of expensive when compared to their long-term plans like 3 years. The reason they do this is because after 30 days, you can't get a refund for it. So I don't think that's very consumer friendly. ExpressVPN, on the other hand, only does year-long commitment plans, which I think is more consumer friendly. In my opinion, I don't think you should ever sign up for a 2 or 3 year deal because, like I said, after 30 days, you can't get a refund. Who knows what company is going to own NordVPN in 2 to 3 years? Who knows if they'll have more security vulnerabilities like the hack that happened last year? Who knows what will happen? Maybe you just don't need a VPN anymore, or you don't want to download stuff and torrent or stream that much anymore, so you don't need a VPN, but you're going to be stuck with it at that point. However, that said, ExpressVPN is still a little bit more expensive for the other plans. It's around $1 more expensive per month compared to NordVPN's $12, Express is $13. NordVPN is also only $83 for 1 year, and ExpressVPN is $100, so a little bit more expensive. Also, another thing I do want to talk about is that NordVPN is infamous for having these kind of limited time pricing sales saying, oh, act now and you could get 70% off NordVPN. They'll kind of advertise this through sponsors saying, oh, if you buy it now, you'll get this special deal. And you could find a lot of people finding this very annoying. ExpressVPN doesn't do that so much, and if you look on the website, you could just see that it'll say quite plainly, just get ExpressVPN. Whereas on NordVPN, on the other hand, it'll be like, oh, only now 70% off. So honestly, I think I prefer ExpressVPN in terms of pricing, even though it is a little bit more expensive. I do think that the kind of advertising on the website is more clear cut, not quite as scammy and markety. That's just my opinion though. NordVPN is a little bit cheaper. So it's kind of hard to tell here which one has a better pricing kind of plan, at least in terms of the entire picture. NordVPN is a little bit cheaper, but I still wouldn't recommend going for 2 to 3 years, honestly guys. That's just me looking out for you. If I wanted to make more money, I could tell you to buy the longest, most expensive term possible, and you wouldn't be able to get a refund, and I would make more money just from recommending products like that to you. But I'm looking out for you in terms of the consumer perspective. I know I wouldn't want to buy a long-term commitment to something and then not being able to get a refund for it. Now, if this service was a 3-year plan, and you could get a prorated refund at any time. Let's say you used 2 years for the 3-year plan, you get a refund for the rest of that 3rd year, then it would be an entirely different story, but that's not the case here. All right, guys, let's move on to the next category, that being the applications. Okay, guys, the next section we're going to be taking a look at now is the application section. Which VPN, whether Express or Nord, has the better application? Well, this is what ExpressVPN's application looks like. Basically, it's more of the simple kind of layout. NordVPN kind of is a little more flashy with this kind of map-based design. You could click on these and connect and stuff like that. And they also have their own quick connect feature, and the server is listed right here. ExpressVPN has a recent connection feature, which is kind of cool. Recent location feature. And then if you want to look at more servers, you click here and go to the servers as well. You can also search for servers just like you can here. So both are pretty similar. However, I do think that ExpressVPN has a more accurate recommended server location. Usually the recommended server with ExpressVPN, for some reason, it just gives me better speeds than NordVPN. If I use NordVPN's quick connect feature, it will kind of just put me somewhere random in the United States, not somewhere as ideal for my speeds. Additionally, I do like ExpressVPN's startup a little bit better. Basically, the way the application starts up or installs is that you just copy and paste the code from their website, put it in the application, and it will log you in. NordVPN requires your login credentials, which isn't that much of a pain, but still not quite as intuitive for startup. In terms of the settings, here we have ExpressVPN with basic startup and some network lock features, as well as split tunneling. So this is really cool. So the network lock is like its kill switch. It's like a network kill switch. And we have split tunneling, which is managing the connection of the VPN per app basis. So if you wanted to use it for your browser or torrenting, you can use it for there, but maybe not use it for something like gaming. That's really cool and a very nice feature to see that we don't see in a lot of VPN applications. Looking at NordVPN, we have some of the same kind of launch capabilities. We have auto connect when the app launches. And then we have the protocols, auto connect feature, and we have the kill switch. So NordVPN has the application and internet kill switch, which is nice to see, whereas ExpressVPN only has that network kill switch, but not a huge deal. We do have some DNS controls, some obfuscation controls, and that's pretty much it for Nord. We have some account settings. So protocol here, one thing I do like about ExpressVPN is that it has IKEv2 compatibility, whereas NordVPN only has WireGuard and OpenVPN. Now, some might say that having WireGuard is a big advantage over ExpressVPN, but ExpressVPN is going to be adding it soon, and WireGuard is not fully ready for full-time or replacing OpenVPN for full-time use. WireGuard is still in testing, it's still not out in a full release, so that makes sense to not see it here. Honestly, I do think that while it's cool they added it, they should have added some stipulation here that it's in beta. It's not just like a full replacement, although it does say it's recommended to use OpenVPN. So the major advantage here is that we have IKEv2. You don't see that with NordVPN, and I do like IKEv2 because it gives you those really fast connection times, and it's a little bit more tried and tested and true than WireGuard. So in the future, I definitely think we will be seeing WireGuard support being added for sure. We have a couple shortcuts here, some browser extension kind of point you that way, IPv6 leak protection, DNS, and network settings. So one thing about ExpressVPN is that we don't really see too much DNS customization. We do see the custom DNS option here to set the server address, but we don't really see that customization here too much. So guys, which one is the better application? Well, they both kind of have the same usability. I think ExpressVPN has a little bit better first-time setup. It's got cool things like split tunneling and IKEv2, which is really nice to see. I think overall, I prefer the Smart Connect feature here as well, and the overall interface is a little bit smaller to just kind of have on my desktop. Both of them look decent and modern and good enough. Maybe NordVPN is a slight advantage in putting in quicker WireGuard support, although I don't think it's really ready for full use yet, so it's not a huge thing there. NordVPN has a little bit better, maybe custom DNS options if you want to do that, although you could just use ExpressVPN's thing there as well. And NordVPN does have that application kill switch when ExpressVPN doesn't. So it's kind of up to you guys. I think I prefer ExpressVPN's app over NordVPN, especially because it has IKEv2, which is a really nice protocol option to have, as well as a smart location feature. Just makes it easier to get better speeds with ExpressVPN. All right, guys, now we're going to do the speed test with ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and then do a torrent download test as well to see what kind of speeds we can get with OpenVPN. So we are connected to the default server with ExpressVPN, seeing what kind of speeds we can get here. So let's see. All right, so we got 14 ping, 205.19 megabits per second download rate. It looks like the upload rate is going to be, for some reason, kind of slow. There's the final results. So let's go ahead and check out NordVPN now. All right, so for ExpressVPN at this current time of day, we got 205 megabits per second, 0.19. Let's go ahead and try NordVPN right now. So we're looking for something around 19 ping or lower, as well as higher than 205. So let's see what we can get. So we did get a lower ping. I guess it was 19 compared to 13 now. ExpressVPN was around 200 megabits per second there. So it does look like NordVPN is going to be significantly slower, around 40 or 30. It looks like it's going up a little bit, around I guess 10 or 12 megabits per second, so slower there. For some reason the upload rate seems to be faster here, not really sure why. We're gonna have to do some more tests in the torrent section to see what kind of speeds we can get here, guys. Okay guys, since we're already connected to NordVPN, we're just gonna stay connected and do the test. Usually for my fast VPN providers, I could get anywhere between 30 to 40 megabytes a second here in this range. Looks like we're slightly under that, 28. That's pretty okay. These are decent speeds, a little bit faster than some of my past tests, although I have upgraded my internet since then. We got up to 31 right there, 27, so not bad of a test for NordVPN. Let's go ahead and see what kind of speeds we can get from ExpressVPN, see if they can surpass this kind of average rate. Go ahead and pause. All right, guys, now we are connected to ExpressVPN. Let's see what kind of speeds we can get, if they can surpass NordVPN. So right now, 19, 22, pretty solid. 21, 22, going up a bit, going down a little bit there, 22. Looks like it's a little bit slower, kind of in the same range. 27, that's good. It's looking more like what I expected. A little slow there, 21. So it's going around pretty much close to the same range as NordVPN. Didn't get as high as spike there, but it's still in the 20 to lower kind of 20 range, 25, kind of hovering around that average. So it seems like they're kind of consistently testing around the same speeds. Might have to adjust NordVPN speed ranking a little bit. Seems like it might be a little bit faster lately than normal, so that's good to see at least. So overall in speeds, I would say they're pretty similar. Finally, guys, we could talk a little bit about customer support, which VPN has the better customer support, and I think ExpressVPN again has the edge here. They've just always had pretty good live chat, been more consistent with live chat, and honestly think that NordVPN has had a couple examples of really bad live chat, and I can show you one here. This guy was talking about the sale and asking how long it lasted, and the live chat member couldn't even really respond and answer the question, which is kind of pathetic in my opinion. So I just don't think NordVPN has as good a customer support. Not only that, but they push deals like 3-year deals with only 30-day refund policy, which is not very consumer friendly for customers at all. So in that way, it kind of indirectly affects the customer support rating. So guys, in terms of streaming, who wins, NordVPN or ExpressVPN? Well, both of these VPN providers work pretty good for streaming. Netflix, Prime Video, Hulu, BBC iPlayer, they both work for most of these things most of the time. However, I still think ExpressVPN wins this category overall because they have more multi-platform support. They work better on Fire Sticks. NordVPN does not block any streaming services on Fire Sticks. Not only that, but ExpressVPN has better custom router support, so you can flash ExpressVPN's router software onto your router and unblock streaming services on stuff like your PS4, Xbox, or other devices that can't install VPN applications. So definitely the edge goes to ExpressVPN here over NordVPN, although both services can work most of the time with unblocking streaming services. One thing you're gonna have to keep in mind, however, is that both of these services don't use unique streaming IPs, and a lot of times the servers can get blocked. So you will have to switch servers, talk to customer support sometimes to find the ones that do work, and it's just something you have to keep in mind. So guys, now let's talk about the reputation. Who wins between ExpressVPN and NordVPN? Reputation is where I kind of take a look at the VPN providers as a whole and the company history, see what they're doing, what they've done, and if they're like a good company to trust. So it's all kind of about the company. Do I trust the company? ExpressVPN, well, they seem like pretty nice guys. They're based in the British Virgin Islands, although I do think they have a lot of offices in Hong Kong and places like that. Are they the most transparent company? Well, not really, but they haven't had any major security leaks. They haven't really come after me for criticizing them in reviews. And then of course we have something like NordVPN, which has had kind of a lot of PR kind of disasters. They got in trouble with some kind of watchdogs for kind of misleading ads about the dangers of public Wi-Fi. They kind of had a lot of security breaches last year. They had a hack that happened with some of their servers. They had credential stuffing problems. You could find NordVPN accounts everywhere on the internet. And pay spins with just accounts that work you could get for free for some reason. I'm not sure why they're not policing or moderating those more. Not only that, but they have a bug bounty program, and if you look at the bug bounty program results, you're gonna see people turning up bugs all the time, pretty serious bugs that could leak emails and stuff like that. Another thing I could talk about in terms of NordVPN's reputation, well, I already made a video about how last year NordVPN was sitting around 2.5 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, And then for some reason this year they somehow inflated their score all the way up to like 4,000 or 5,000 reviews. So they got more reviews in the span of 3 or 4 months than they've had in an entire time period together. Now, I can't really confirm that these are fake reviews or the company has been inflating it. I mean, that is my suspicion. But if you look at the service on the website and if you look at the reviews, most of the reviews are 5 stars written by someone with 1 review on their account, and most of all of them have really broken English, which leads me to respect they're paid fake reviews done by some kind of botting service or something like that. So that's disappointing to see for sure. And to be honest, most VPNs have a similar problem on Trustpilot as well, so I wouldn't even really recommend the site anyways for any kind of VPN scoring or reviews. So from a reputation company standpoint, I do think ExpressVPN is more solid, more polished than NordVPN. NordVPN itself, I'm not a huge fan of their management or the company or the executives there and how they deal with reviews online. They really like to sponsor some of the biggest YouTubers and get them to advertise their product. Now ExpressVPN does this to some extent, but not to the kind of oversaturation of the market that NordVPN has. I do think that advertising your VPN so much, kind of to so many people that don't perhaps need a VPN, or kind of misadvertising what the VPN could do for a lot of people, can be a little bit dangerous. Honestly, both companies aren't my favorite in terms of reputation, but in this category, I do think I'm going to give the edge to ExpressVPN.
So here we are, guys. We are finally to the final review section. And here are the 2 scores for these VPNs. Now, through the course of this comparison, I actually adjusted some of NordVPN's scores, namely a couple things like their application and speeds, but I also adjusted some other categories as well. Overall, NordVPN is the clear loser here in this VPN comparison. Sure, NordVPN is a tiny bit cheaper per year and for 1 month, but I do think that ExpressVPN gets some major points for being more consumer friendly and using less shady advertising practices like limited time sales that aren't limited time on their website. In terms of application, I think ExpressVPN has a slight edge, although NordVPN is a pretty decent app overall, although I can't say it's as secure for sure. Speeds, ExpressVPN tested a little bit better, but they're pretty similar in torrent speeds, so not a huge variation there. However, the big differences come in the reputation and customer support category. ExpressVPN simply just has a better reputation and a better company overall than NordVPN. It doesn't have any big leaks or hacks or any kind of news that you could really find on it, whereas NordVPN is the exact opposite. It's a treasure trove of kind of weird happenings and sketchy stuff going on behind the scenes, I think the company really needs to work on, or just sell off to some other company that's more trustworthy. In terms of customer support, we saw a good example of the customer support you'll get from NordVPN, and in some of the honest Trustpilot reviews you could find on the website, you can find lots of people complaining about NordVPN. I partly think it's due to the weird pricing policy and their pressure to put people into long-term commitments with a short refund time. That's just me. In terms of streaming, both ones work pretty well, although NordVPN does actually not work on a lot of devices like Fire Sticks. So while the streaming compatibility section is mostly 5 out of 5 for PC compatibility, I could actually lower the points for Fire Stick compatibility, although that's not really a component of the kind of review score metric, although maybe one day it should be considered to be so. I do think ExpressVPN is a better streaming VPN since it is more compatible on more platforms. However, both VPNs have the compatibility and opportunity to unblock most services, I guess, just if we're talking about PC only. The final score for ExpressVPN is a good 4.0 out of 5, and NordVPN is just a 2.5 out of 5, which is not very good. That's definitely bottom of the barrel for VPNs. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this unbiased comparison between these 2 popular VPN providers. If you want to help support the channel, go ahead and click on the links down in the description down below, and I'll see you again on the next video very soon.